And Governor, I want to make a kind of a sharp turn here to the state of your party, the state of the GOP. You were in the House for about 6 years. You recently said your party is going to have to do some soul searching about Trump's influence going forward. But it's just been about 3 weeks since there was a siege on the Capitol. You know what President Trump did during that period. It almost seems like the party has forgotten this. House Leader McCarthy goes to visit President Trump, former President Trump, just 8 days after he left office, refusing to say Joe Biden that the election wasn't stolen. 45 senators saying impeachment is unconstitutional, censuring those who say otherwise, and others refusing to say the election was not stolen. It seems Republicans have already searched their souls and are backing Donald Trump's Republican Party. What do you think about that?
Well, I think there's a lot of different voices, and the Republican leadership has said very clearly, including Kevin McCarthy, that President Trump bears responsibility for what he brought the people to the Capitol. He brought them to Washington. They went to the Capitol. He bears some responsibility there.
And yet he goes to visit him in a smiling photo opportunity.
The Senate trial is going to refocus what happened on the attack on the Capitol, and it's going to call all Republicans to take a position more clearly. President Trump has helped build the party in the last 4 years. I hope he does not help to destroy the party in the coming 4 years. And we need to have a level of accountability. We also need to make sure that we don't tear ourselves apart as we go into the midterm elections next year and beyond that.
And one more question about a member of Congress, a new Republican member of Congress, Trump loyalist Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's long embraced conspiracy theories like QAnon, voiced support for executing Nancy Pelosi. Is she fit to serve, and should she be on the Education Committee?
Well, that's, first of all, the people of her district elected her, and that should mean a lot. They elected her, and she's going to run for re-election, and she'll be accountable for what she said and her actions. And then,
given her history, is she fit to serve?
I'm not going to answer that question as to whether she's fit to serve because she believes in something that everybody else does not accept. I reject that, but she's going to stand for re-election. I don't think we ought to punish people from a disciplinary standpoint, a party standpoint, because they think something a little bit different. We have got to make sure that we don't divide our party. I'm more troubled by someone going in and opposing Liz Cheney because she took a different position than many others in the party. That's the kind of thing that tears our party apart. We need to not start primarying everyone just because we don't like how they handled things during the last 2 or 3 weeks post-election.
But
let's
Governor,
focus on
you
our
say
ideas
you shouldn't go after someone because they think of something a little bit different. She believes in conspiracy theories, that they're pedophiles running Washington. That's not just a little bit different.
I reject that, and I would not vote for her. I would not vote for her. The second question is, should the House of Representatives make a disciplinary call on her? I'm not going to get in the middle of that. They're going to have to make that judgment. But, you know, whenever you have a broad diversity of the party, you reject the extreme elements. It's not mainstream GOP, and that's what we've got to get back to. We got to have a regard for those people that supported Donald Trump. Because they have a message, they have a concern, but at the same time, we don't want to gloss over the terrible actions that happened at the Capitol. We need to hold people accountable for that. That is critically important.
Okay, thanks for joining us this morning, Governor. We really appreciate it. Up next.